Welcome to the Kitchen Remodel Made Easy podcast. I'm your host, Robin Johnson, and I can't wait to chat with you about one of the most exciting topics ever. Kitchen design, right? I mean, who doesn't dream of remodeling their kitchen? Friends, if you're looking to up-level the most important room in your home, I am so glad you're here. As an award-winning designer of over 20 years, kitchens are my absolute favorite room in the house. Join me to discover the latest design trends, color palettes, and what you should know when it comes to choosing a layout, cabinetry, appliances, and so much more. With hundreds of decisions to be made and thousands of dollars on the line, you won't want to miss an episode. Let's get started. Hey friends, welcome back to the show. If you are feeling excited about planning your own kitchen remodel this year, well, first of all, congratulations, truly, because the kitchen renovation is one of the most exciting upgrades that you can make to your home and your everyday life. And when it's done well, it will completely transform how your home's going to look and feel and function. I mean, I like to say that it really is kind of like moving, but without having to pack up your whole life and transfer all your utilities. So it's going to rock your world for the better. And your new kitchen should simplify your daily life. It should support how your family actually lives and become the favorite hangout spot. So you're going to be super excited to host things at your house and invite all your family and friends over. In fact, maybe, you're already picturing hosting a graduation party this spring or enjoying spritzers with family when they come visit this summer. But whatever you're dreaming of, it really is going to be good, and I genuinely am so excited for you. So, that brings me to the topic of today's episode, which is an important one because we're going to be talking about the hidden cost of rushing your kitchen design. And these are some of the things that most homeowners don't realize until it's too late. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through two big kitchen design myths, explain how rushing decisions actually cost you money, and share the design timeline that I'm going to recommend for you if you want a smoother remodel project. Now, you've probably heard the horror stories, projects that blew way over their budget, timelines that dragged out forever, and having to pay for temporary housing much longer than expected, and possibly scrambling to find another short-term rental while your project is finishing up. Probably have heard of contractors who said one thing and did another, or worse, contractors who barely showed up or didn't even show up on the job site at all. All of this is bad, and this is what you don't want. And unfortunately, kitchen remodels can have a bad rap because there's so much that can go wrong with timing and budgets and people, especially if this is your first remodel project. But I don't want to scare you. I want to inform you and educate you, and I have really good news for you because here's the truth that no one really speaks about enough, and that is that at least 50% of your project success is up to you. Yep, that's right. You're in charge of at least 50% of your project success. And not because you're doing the work, but because you're going to be making all the decisions. And it really starts with this mindset shift. Design is the insurance policy for your project. And that's good news because it means so much of this is within your control. So let's start with a couple of common mistakes that homeowners make right from the beginning. Myth number one, kitchen design is just picking out finishes, right? Cabinets, counters, tile, easy, right? No, wrong. Real kitchen design is going to include establishing a realistic budget, layout and space planning, storage strategies, structural constraints, flooring considerations, electrical and layered lighting plans, and plumbing locations, just to name a few. All of this needs to be thought through long before you ever start shopping for cabinets and countertops, and definitely before you ever hire a contractor, and we're going to get into this a little bit more later. When design starts with shopping for materials, homeowners often end up revising plans, reordering products, and redoing work that could have been avoided altogether. And that's when frustration and extra cost start really piling up. Myth number two: I'll design my kitchen after my contractor gets started. Well, this, my friend, is a terrible idea. I know HGTV makes it look easy, and I know that we're all super busy, but the truth is that real kitchen design, it takes time, a lot more time than you expect. Waiting until demo day to figure things out is kind of like buying a plane ticket after your vacation has already started. You're going to be scrambling and stressed and lucky to even get where you want to go. This hire first, design second approach puts your project responsibility squarely in the hands of your contractor because they are the ones running the show and giving you the timelines. And unless you hire someone who is extremely organized and gives you a map ahead of time, you're going to be forced to make important decisions on a very short and stressful timeline. And even if you have a map or calendar of selection dates, you're still going to be making big decisions on a very short-term basis. If you slow things down and want to take more time to make selections, well, guess what? You're going to be the one now holding up your project. And this creates pauses, confusion, and even tension and resentment between you and your contractor. Rushing design can cost you money in a lot of ways. So we've just talked about stress, but let's also talk about change orders because once construction has started, if you decide you want to move plumbing or reorder cabinets because something didn't come in correctly or won't fit, or say you want to adjust your electrical after the drywall's already installed, well, these are not small fixes. They're expensive. Also, you may have to pay for express fees and rush orders. Waiting until the last minute often means settling for second best materials or paying premium shipping fees to get what you want in time. And that's even if a rush option is available from the manufacturer. And then there's decision regret. And this one doesn't show up per se on an invoice, but it is very real. You don't want to be standing in your kitchen at the end of your project thinking, gosh, my island is still too small, or gosh, my pantry, it's still not big enough. And I really wish I had gotten that quartzite I wanted, but unfortunately, the budget was already blown and you had to settle for something else. There are hundreds of decisions in a kitchen remodel, and rushing them almost always leads to regret. So, the bottom line: starting construction without a complete design, it's not going to save you that time. It's going to cost you more and probably take you more time. So, let's talk about how to design your kitchen the right way. I've broken down the design process into 4 phases with a realistic timeline for each. Okay, phase 1. This is the just getting started and the discovery phase. This is kind of the thinking phase, and it's critical. And you're going to be asking yourself questions like, how do we actually use our kitchen day to day? What isn't working right now? What are our space or structural limitations? Is the kitchen large enough as is, or do we need to expand it? Are we considering an open concept while we're at it? Would we like more windows or natural light in our new kitchen? And should we replace a dated peninsula with a fabulous new center island? And most importantly, how much do we realistically want to invest in this project? And all of these questions are so important, and they really help prevent design regret later on. If you haven't downloaded my free kitchen remodel starter kit, this is exactly what it walks you through, including budgeting guidelines for your project. So I'll link it in the show notes, and you can get it there or on the homepage of my website. But I recommend spending about, 2 to 4 weeks on this process, really kind of drilling in and dialing up, I guess, what it is that your new kitchen needs to really function well, and kind of comparing what you have now and what doesn't work to help you establish what you do want and what will work. If you're thinking of remodeling in 2026, you have to get on the wait list to fast track and organize your project like a pro. My Kitchen Remodel Made Easy course is your guide to save time, money, avoid costly mistakes, and take your kitchen design to the next level. If you can't afford to hire a designer, you cannot afford to not buy this course. For less than the price of your new kitchen sink, it's only available a few times a year. Get on the wait list. Link and show notes below. So once you've kind of worked through this first phase, you're going to move on to the next one, phase 2, which is all about layout and space planning. Now this phase is where the design work really begins. We're not picking out anything pretty yet, but we are dialing in cabinet configuration, island size, clearances, walkways, seating, storage zones, and pantry design. And revisions are completely normal here because seeing a layout on paper, or better yet, in 2D and 3D, it helps you catch issues early before any walls come down. Design changes at this stage, this is where you want to make the changes because everything, like I said, is on paper. And changes here are going to save major headaches and cost later on down the road. I recommend giving yourself about 1 month to focus on the layout and space planning stage of design. Phase 3, material selections. Now, this is where most homeowners think that kitchen design starts, but now you know better. This phase takes probably the most time, and I say to allow anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. And it's going to include appliance selections, cabinet door style and finishes, hood design, picking out plumbing fixtures, your countertop and what edge profile you want, choosing a backsplash and potential layout, what decorative lighting fixtures you want to include, what hardware you're going to use on your new cabinets and how you're going to lay those out, and your flooring. And all of these decisions are going to add up and they're going to affect your budget. And also, it's going to help you be aware of the lead times because you'll kind of know when you're picking all this stuff out how long it's going to take to get to the job site so that your project can start after you have everything ready to go and you're not delaying your project waiting on materials. Now remember, you may only get to design a kitchen once or twice in your lifetime if you're lucky, right? Because who doesn't love to remodel, but it is expensive. This part, this phase 3, should feel so exciting to you, not rushed. You want to enjoy this, take your time, and not feel stressed and be under the gun to make a decision for your contractor. Okay, the last phase, phase 4, is gathering construction-ready documents. And this is where you're going to dot the I's and cross the T's for your project. You're going to collect all your final drawings, those appliance specs, electrical plans, and all the material quotes for everything that you've picked out for your project, cabinets, countertops, all of it. And you're going to organize all of this into a project binder. And having all of this information is going to put you in the driver's seat as the homeowner. And it's going to empower you to receive apples to apples labor quotes from contractors that you're going to be interviewing. And you're going to have fewer surprises down the road and significantly fewer change orders during construction. The key benefits, and if you don't hear anything else in this podcast today, hear this. The key benefits of pre-designing your project. Number 1, you will know your total materials budget going in. Number 2, you can accurately compare labor bids. Number 3, you understand lead times up front. Number 4, contractors can price your project faster and more accurately. And number 5, the entire remodel will run so much smoother with a clear plan. So, all in all, this process takes about 4 months to design your kitchen with ease, but then I like to add another month of time because you're going to need to research and interview contractors to bid on your project, and that takes time as well. So, my golden rule is to plan for roughly 6 months of design time all in to design your kitchen like a pro. Now, if you're feeling a little impatient, I know, 6 months, but listen, your future you will be so grateful that you slowed down and that you did this the right way. A well designed kitchen adds value to your home and supports your life for decades. And in the big picture, what's 6 months? It's a small investment. If this episode helped you, please subscribe for more exciting, valuable podcasts. Share it with a friend who's planning their own remodel, and come say hey to me on Instagram. I'd love to see where you are in your remodel process. Until next time, design smarter and not faster. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in to the Kitchen Remodel Made Easy podcast. If you want to continue the conversation or share your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you. Head over to my Instagram page at Robin Johnson Interiors and send me a DM. If you're curious how to get started on your own remodeling journey, I have a free resource that you can download called the Kitchen Remodel Starter Kit in the show notes below, or you can head to my website and grab it there on the front page. Friends, if you enjoyed today's podcast and you can't wait to hear more, please leave a raving review to help others find me. And if you didn't, well, don't worry about it. Have a great weekend, and I'll be back soon for more kitchen design conversations.